Welcome to Jerkin Around, podcast with Crystal.
Welcome to Crystal's podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Jerkin Around.
We talked about Teisha jerking off on a flight.
Yeah.
That's not true and inappropriate, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But what you were doing was inappropriate.
Yeah, if you're having the scariest moment of your life and your friend's videoing you, then you're a lucky girl.
You had some scary moments in college when people were videoing you and you got through it.
I don't think they videoed, but I'm banking they didn't,
Like poor Paris.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad.
I know.
All right. Listen along.
Have a listen. Big announcement today. Do I say anything?
Oh my God, we're just being normal.
Oh, jerking around.
Do you want to get your headphones? Well,
Crystal takes her shirt off. Stick around. Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah. One, two, three. Jerkin Around, a podcast with Teisha and Crystal. Maybe we're meant to be on video.
You're freezing?
Yeah,
Turn it off.
I'm never freezing.
I know, I'm shocked.
Maybe it's a topic.
You're like shaky.
Almost. It's getting there. Yeah, that's what's happening. Dana, what is this bag now? That's adorable.
Oh, thanks.
I get so many compliments on the bag.
Yeah, I was there when people were giving her compliments.
I know. Oh, it's so cute. I love that. Yeah.
Thanks. It's like a good size.
Yeah, it's really cute. Okay, we're going to really get started as soon as she's off the phone.
All right.
All right, we can talk about Florida.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like the plane. We got to send Dana that video.
I know. You got to post it. She acted like such an idiot on the plane.
I acted like a normal scared person.
No.
And the
no one
idiot
else was
the
acting
friend
like that in the whole
who was
plane.
recording me.
No
as
one
in
on
my
the whole
moment
plane
of fear
was praying out loud. It was a little bumpy. Like bumpy. It was bumpy. I'm not lying. But like lately in our feed, the bumps we're seeing is like planes dropping from the sky.
Like every Boeing part, I'm getting notifications.
Teisha was kind of acting like that was happening, and it wasn't happening. It was bumpy.
Well, you know when like a new fear is unlocked and you didn't know that was a fear? Like I was like,
wait, we've known this fear.
Right,
has
but
been here
but
for
now
years.
it's even more now that I know
magnified.
Now that I know the plane's instruments can just shut off at any time.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. A door flies off.
Yeah, and the plane's gonna drop.
And if you talk bad about Boeing, you're dead.
I kind of thought,
have you seen it?
That's great.
But it's weird
thought,
they're
like,
saying that
once
too.
you're up, you're good. Yeah. And then now I'm like,
haven't you heard what goes up comes down?
yeah.
Wait, the fact
Kind of
that
like
they're
your shirt.
It's true. Wait, but speaking of, I'm picking up Kennedy the other day for cheer, and
No,
Teisha
people
doesn't
are
realize
gonna think I'm gonna go to jail.
you're not going to go to jail. You're not. Flashing isn't illegal.
It's not.
Not to your family.
Yeah.
That
And their
we
friends. Yeah.
So she pulls up. She's all giddy, and she doesn't realize I have some girls that spent the night at my house in the back seat.
Because her tint is so dark. It's
It is
like a
very
limo
dark.
tint.
You could pick your nose. She picks her nose a lot while
I love
driving.
picking my nose, you know?
I know. I'm like, I'm sitting here. Can you not? It's an itch. It's not an itch. You're
Well, it's
picking
like,
your
go
nose.
like this and then
yeah,
I'm
it's
like-
not an itch. It's looking for a booger.
A
No.
pick itch. You know? It's a pick and an itch.
So we're talking about so many things, but the pick itch is in my head.
Yeah, the pitch.
So she just flashes everyone her boob, and then I roll
just
down.
saw her and Maddie in the front, so I just gave him a little like.
It was only
preview.
one, and then I rolled down
yeah,
the back
one.
window, and she's like, "Oh."
It was two of Maddie's friends that had spent the night. They were picking up Ken to go to cheer. And then, well, the worst part is one of them's seen it before too. Another time I flashed it poorly on her, you know?
She doesn't care.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
she's seen it.
She's all this again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, get this girl something, you know?
Yeah, then they want to compare sizes.
And all their boobs are bigger than mine. They're like, oh, it's like a little like 10-year-old, you know? It's like it's padded right now. Like they're like, you know?
They're not that bad. I feel like they've gotten some life.
Well, they're kind of like small and saggy. It's kind of weird, you know? Like, because at least like the younger before kids.
Yeah, they're great boobs.
They're great. They're perky. They're
with a nipple, and
they're
the
not
nipple's
deflated.
not big.
Nothing's deflated. Nothing's been sucked on, you know?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. But like after like a baby, things are different, you know? So they're just like kind of sad, but it's fine.
Do you think it's the baby?
I think it's the like no like fullness is from the baby because that goes away, I think, after.
But being big and small, do you think
Yes.
that's why they got like that?
I don't know.
It's weird because you had like bigger boobs before
Yeah, I feel like
the change.
But
the
that's what I
enhancement.
mean. Everybody that nurses loses that. You know?
Everybody?
Everybody that nurses doesn't have like that fullness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like describe it as like tube socks with rocks.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
deflation.
Yeah.
I don't
Unless
think
they're fake.
everybody though.
That nurses yeah, oh yeah.
I think majority. I've seen some people that nurse that it looks pretty good still.
And natural?
Maybe not natural.
Yeah.
Maybe not natural, but with a boob job.
Well, yeah.
But still, it goes bigger and smaller. There still should be skin.
Yeah.
But maybe they didn't gain as much weight.
Yeah.
Well, and the milk in and out. Like for me, it's like fullness of milk and then you know, like it's just that constant.
Yeah. It's just weird because they did a lift. You would think it would take out.
Yeah, but like that fullness, that's breast tissue. That's what goes away after nursing. You can't add breast tissue in unless you get an implant. That kind of replaces that tissue.
How was medical school?
It was great. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing surgery at 5 p.m. Got that next
What's
reconstruction.
Ciao Bella? What's this shirt?
It's just a shirt. I don't know. I think that's
Isn't that-
hello beautiful, right?
Yeah. So you're just telling people with a hand?
Yeah. Well, I'm bilingual, so
Is that shirt too big?
no, it's oversized.
Oh.
Oh, we're back to this. The oversized
just
clothes.
curious.
Get back to the airline.
Oh,
The flight.
Oh, we gotta send you the video. She
I
recorded
videoed
me.
the whole thing. I couldn't even believe my eyes.
No, we were laughing. Oh, and then this girl. So we had the 3 girls were sitting in a separate seat, and then Crystal and I were in another
What are
seat.
our girls? They were at
back.
the front of the plane.
Yeah, we're at the back of the plane. So there was a random next to us in the aisle.
A random girl, cheerleader.
She was another cheerleader because there's a lot of
Young.
cheerleaders going to Florida.
We
So-
should have fit in right with her. We
Yeah.
like young girls. That
Oh
sounds
no.
weird. But like, I love Kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all.
I love.
Yeah.
Love.
I'm telling them I'm
Cheerleaders.
showing my boobs, and now you love kids.
Yeah.
It's getting like
yeah.
a
They're not
little-
gonna let anyone spend the night here anymore.
Yeah, a little Epsteinish. So anyways, so Crystal videoed me for so long. Then Crystal does this thing where she wants to fly in by next to me on the seat, but then she goes to sleep the whole time. We're in
I
the
take
airport.
Dramamine.
She takes Dramamine.
I don't love flying.
She
I
takes
take 2
melatonin.
Dramamine. No, I don't take melatonin anymore.
Yeah.
I just take 2 Dramamine and then
But like that's boring for me.
you read like a kid. There's so many things to tell
I
about
know,
this.
I can't.
She reads like, what's it called? Like a pathological reader? I don't know. It's like, God. So everywhere she starts reading, I'm like, okay, this is fun. We're in the car reading. We're at Top Gun watching practice reading. And I'm sitting here. I'm like, I could be reading. I don't want to be reading. I'm present. So
Well, again, but on the plane she doesn't want to talk. You know, that's
I don't.
when. So
I'm in
she's
the zone.
asleep on the
I always
thing.
well, I try to read and then I go to sleep. It like puts me right
well,
to sleep.
it's the medication. So it's all, I don't know why it put me right to sleep 5 Dramamine later, you know?
2.
So anyways.
Why are you on the
Because
phone?
I'm going to show how I videoed the girl.
Oh.
So Crystal had videoed me in my moment of like my.
Sure terror.
My pure terror.
I wanna
It's
show
like
Dana right now.
My weakness. She's videoing me, you know, capitalizing on it for laughs. And so, anyway, so she falls asleep. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get her good. So this girl's sitting next to me here. So I tried recording it this way, but I want me in it too.
You
so
should
I
have capitalized
flip it.
his name.
So who?
Demas.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
So I'm like this. Well, we were on here, so I was trying to be quick. So the girl's sitting here. So I decided to do like in selfie mode record. So I'm like this. So the girl's right next to me. So I'm like this. And Crystal's here. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like
yeah.
this, and I'm going like this, and I'm like, and the girl is like so uncomfortable. And she's like looking at me, and she's like, and I'm all, it's like I'm this far away from her. I didn't even realize. And I'm like doing this, and I'm all,
And this is the girl.
yeah, and the
Scared to
girl's
death.
right there.
She's
And
already seen a lot of weird things go on. It's not like this is the first
she already
weird
saw
thing.
me praying like
yeah,
this.
out loud, telling us there's funnel clouds, we're about to go down. The girl was scared to death. So her mom has a like 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. So mom, 2-year-old, 5-year-old.
And then
They're sleeping, laying down. All of a sudden, the girl would rather sit with the 2 5-year-old and the mom
so
rather
they
than
were
sit by
across
us.
the aisle from us. So they were all in a row, but the girl was in our row.
So I wake up.
So she gets up and goes in her mom's row. Like, there's 5 of them in the row now. And I was all, that got really weird. Like, I realized and I was like, do I address it and say, hey, I wasn't recording you. I was recording her, but it was like.
You didn't say anything?
No, I was literally like this.
God.
And I'm all, and she's right here. Like, it was like,
You didn't say
it was
sorry?
this far away from her. And she's going.
You didn't say sorry?
No.
How old was she?
Oh, like
13.
It was so sad.
So I was like,
So uncomfortable.
so
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Well, this was after a lot of things have gone on.
And so I'm like, do I bring it up or do I just stop? So Crystal like wakes up and I'm like, what do I do? I think like she thinks I was recording her. And
I'm all weird. She's sitting over there. I'm like, what? With the 30 kids? She's all, yeah. She moves seats. I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
And so I'm like,
there's like kids all over all of them. And the girl's like,
so I'm
and
like,
we're just like 2 with an empty seat.
yeah. So I'm like, do I tell the mom like, hey,
I wasn't recording your daughter.
yeah. I'm like, should I like address it or is it just move on? It was so awkward.
So you just moved on?
Yeah, because it was. They were like avoiding. It's so awkward.
Oh
okay, we'll get back to it.
Oh. But
Anyways,
like,
but
this
like,
is-
what a
it-
rude
do you-
friend.
Bad for you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. What a rude friend, right? Like, I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
I get a little nervous, and then when I start videoing her, I'm not nervous anymore. I'm crying.
We had a flight where we were landing.
Yeah.
And then it went back up and we circled and
Oh,
convinced.
hell no.
It was,
Oh, I've done that before
that
too.
was the worst for me.
I did it in Russia. They missed the landing. They missed it, and they went back up like that, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh no. I
Yeah.
would lose my ever loving mind. But what was so funny is the way home was way worse. Even
Oh my
with
God.
Kennedy, they had to stop drink service,
Oh,
and
this is so terrible.
yeah, like. And they were like, we're heading through some thunderstorms. I'm like, thunderstorms? Like, it was like an hour.
I wasn't with her for that, but she, one time, Bear gets like that now too. I don't know where he gets it from. And one time he was like, oh God! Like, he like was a bump.
Tahoe? Yeah, is it
And Brock's
bumpy?
is like, Bear. And he's holding on just like Teisha going,
Yeah.
oh God! And it was like so loud, we were crying.
He's the same as me. And the roller, remember the ride,
Oh.
asking every 5 minutes, like, is it bumpy? Is it, you know?
Yeah, she kept asking, is the drop bad?
Yeah.
Is the drop bad? And then she goes on it. And then she does the spinnaker, which has like no safety
Yeah.
features. It's like this thing that you spin in the air by
Like
the
on
wind.
a sailboat? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm weirdly brave in certain things and then weirdly not. Just the thought of falling 30,000 feet is so unnerving.
I don't think anyone's like fine with it.
Yeah. I think some people are just like I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, get you a friend that records you in your
I
worst
couldn't even believe my
moments.
eyes because she didn't know I was videoing every time. And
Why do
she
I do
started-
this? It's
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
weird. Ken was making fun of me on the way home. She's you. She's like, do you read when you smile? And I was like,
What does Ben think though?
I think Ben just is like, lost cause, you know?
Yeah, because you're doing this. What's he thinking?
I know. I'm
you think you
surprised
do
I
it-
found a husband. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like a weird thing.
It is a weird thing.
Yeah,
Like when you were young,
let's be honest.
we were always like, what's that girl doing?
Yeah, like, it is weird, and like, I do it a lot. So I'm like, I'm surprised.
I've seen you do it driving.
Oh, yeah, when you drive by.
Yeah.
So it's like,
There's
yeah.
Teisha. Oh, she's making a face.
But it's weird, like, when Ben and I were dating, did he see that and be like, well, she's got a lot of great qualities, so I'm gonna overlook this one?
Look at those.
Because to be honest, like, I don't know if I'm dating a guy and he's making that face, if it's gonna continue.
Do you think you do it like in the bedroom?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh my god. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gotta ask him.
Maybe I do.
For real? Because it's when you concentrate. If he's on you.
Yeah.
You concentrate.
I don't know.
It is when you concentrate
It's when I'm concentrating.
or relaxing.
No, it's when I'm
It's
like,
a focus face.
it's a focus.
Wait, show me again.
I can't. It's.
I know, but at least it's a smile. Mine's like a frown. Kyle's like,
Or like when people stick their tongue out, you know, like when they're focused and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what
But
to do.
I feel like it's just weird.
I know, it's Ben just like, oh, there she is smiling. Because you're on the couch probably smiling all the time.
How embarrassing. But like, I'm happy I found a husband, you know? I'm like proud of myself. Good for her. Kids, you can overcome anything, you know? Because, like, I'm just being honest. I don't know that I would be able to overlook that.
Really?
You know? No. It's weird. It's weird. Like, I really wouldn't. It's weird.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like,
do any of your kids do it?
No. None.
I know. Where'd you get it from?
I don't know.
Does your sister do it?
No.
No.
No one does it. No one I know. No one in the world that I know.
You don't even know your dish. I'm like, oh, we're smiling again.
Like it's weird.
It used to be worse. Like in high school, I'd be like, what's
Well, I think the
girl doing?
Botox is less.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Because like we used to, when she used to talk to us at the end of practice for like a while. And I'd always look over when I didn't know you, especially I'm like, what's that girl smiling at?
And then I remember Jen Sharp used to play with her hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has their things, you know?
What's mine?
I'm like sweating.
Can I turn this back on?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just the deodorant. It's not that. But yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's
Are
a
you
cute
hot?
thing.
I'm warm.
Yeah, turn it on then.
Yeah.
Wait, what's mine?
I don't
How
think
says
you
I
have one.
frown? Yeah, that's what he does.
But yours isn't like, yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's
Actually,
that,
now
do you know
that
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be like texting.
My dad used to do this. My
Yeah.
dad used to have this jaw thing when he was thinking.
Yeah. Oh.
That works really
It's
well.
very strong. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
No, but there was all those big tornadoes going on in the Midwest, and so I was like, are we flying through them? Because like I feel like even that's a tall cloud. I'm like, are we like out of range? You know, like that's why I was thinking about the
Dana
funnel
is
cloud.
so nice. Like
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. Support, you know?
Yeah. Let's talk about some celebrity news. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber
Yeah.
are pregnant.
Are they?
Yeah. I can't believe it.
Out of the loop.
I heard they like were living separately the other day. So I'm like, did you hear that too? And I'm like, did you see him at Coachella?
No.
Oh my gosh, he looked homeless. Was smoking pot. It was awful.
I know, I do wonder about him is in like a dad role. I'm not getting dad vibes, you know?
No, his pants are so baggy.
It is, it's a different, I know that's in right now, but it's not.
I don't think it's in for like a dad.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting dad vibes. I'm getting like
I think
high
he'll be a
schooler
good
vibes.
dad. This might help him like turn the corner. I think Haley's so patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be as patient. And like, does she allow him to smoke weed? I don't know. I guess she does because he was like fully like at Coachella.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was on some other things. So I think
Really?
they're thinking, yeah, I've heard he's been on a lot of antidepressants and medication. So I think that the marijuana is like the better. Like we're doing great. Some
Yeah.
people think that's like sober, you know?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's like the thing, California sober,
Yes.
they call it.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, I'm sober. I just smoke weed. I'm like, well,
Lindsay and Carl on Summer House. Carl does that.
yeah.
But he doesn't
But
drink.
if they're not
Same with
drinking
James Kennedy.
or doing other,
What would you
things.
rather if your husband do? Drink or do that?
neither.
You have to pick
If
one.
I had to pick one, like alcoholic drinking or like a glass of wine. Alcoholic drinking for sure, the weed. But
Really?
yeah, have you seen like alcoholic? It's bad. I don't feel like.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah, I feel like weed. You're just lazy and like out of it.
Yeah.
Both are not good.
No. But I feel like with weed, it's less impairing.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of where I was.
So you're more like with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're just kind of lazy and
Yeah.
aloof.
Aloof. Mm-hmm.
But neither. What would you pick?
Yeah.
I don't really know much about the high
Yeah.
thing. So I guess that if you're still with it.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think anything's sober, but
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Anything sober?
I don't think if you're doing anything, it's sober. Like if
Yeah.
you're smoking weed, I don't think you're sober.
Agreed.
But to each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were in Florida. The girls had cheer.
Yeah.
It was a lot of cheer.
It was fun. We had adjoining rooms, so that was fun. We were together.
That is fun.
Yeah. She tried creeping in my bed a couple times, and I was like, no.
No, Teisha and Kennedy have this thing where nothing's allowed to touch their bed. It's like psycho. And Teisha tries to act like it's Kennedy, and then the other day she didn't know I was in the room, and it was like an exorcism about a foot on the bed.
A shoe.
Get your
Up by
foot
my foot.
off the bed. It was like something I'd never heard in my life.
A shoe that's been worn outside up by my pillow.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm very like, I don't want the
I
shoes.
understand it, but
Yeah.
it was a voice I'd never heard. And I was
She's
like,
jumping on the bed by my pillow. I'm like, are you insane? Like,
yeah.
I want to throw up.
It's not like the most welcoming vibe. And then they don't leave their room ever. So it's a little weird. Like they want adjoining rooms, but they'll never come out of their room.
Let
So
me
it's
tell you
different.
why. Because
Her house is freezing. So
that's what I'm saying. If you want to take a trip to the Antarctic, go to her room.
So I went to Teisha's house yesterday. It's freezing, like 72.
Like I wear sweats.
So why can a hotel room not be cold? Her hotel room is sweating. That's free.
That's what she said. She goes, why?
Like my hotel rooms are cold because I can't do that at home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, free AC, we're going down.
Yeah.
At home, we're at like an 80. We're not even that cold.
Yeah.
Your house is
I'm
freezing.
opposite.
So why are
72.
you allowed to be at your house? Put a sweater on and come out of the room.
Yeah, I guess I could. Maybe I need.
No,
to
they
bring,
don't come out of the room. All she does is read.
Pack a sweater.
Maybe
Reads.
I need to bring sweats to the trip, and that's the.
You had sweats.
No, not a sweatshirt.
You had your summer, your flying outfit. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but that was leggings, tight. Like, you know. But no,
won't come out
her
of her
room
room.
is freezing. So you're like, we tried eating in there one night, and I was all.
It was very cold. It wouldn't turn off. That wasn't my fault.
And no one cares. And I'm like, is this? I'm all, I think it's broke. You know, she's all, yeah, you know. And I'm all, okay. Like my drink is like an ice. I'm all, oh.
We tried turning it off. It wouldn't work.
No, but yeah.
There wasn't that many funny things. There was a lot of cheer.
Yeah, there wasn't that many funny things.
The flight was like the funniest.
I know, I'm trying to think what else.
My driving. I beat the time 2 minutes today. Maddie's like, you're really on a roll now.
Yeah, you are.
Because I had to drive because my car was better than hers.
Yeah.
Because hers smelled like a
Cigarette.
Smoker was in the car with us.
Yeah.
So
Right.
It was a rental.
Oh, it was a rental.
The last
I drove
person.
and I didn't hit anything.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, I
And I
was
went-
only scared a few times.
I went over the speed limit
Yeah.
and I never do that.
Nope. Weaving in
that's
and
it.
out, I was like, wow, you know?
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a couple funny things, but I can't remember them now.
They weren't that funny. The kids are funny. Yeah. Maddie's done with All Star right now, so it's transition. Mm-hmm. And then she has 8th grade promotion.
Lots
It's
of
a lot of
change.
endings.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the cheer sequence. So All Star meaning like she's aging out. Is that how it
No,
works? How does-
I just want her to do high school instead. And
Okay.
Liberty doesn't allow you to do All Star and high school.
Got it.
Some schools do.
Okay.
But I don't think like Drew, the owner at our gym, was like, let him do both. And I was like, it's not really, I don't think that's a good idea because it's Liberty high school has so many events.
Yeah.
I don't know if other schools do. I only know Liberty and there's no time to go to high school. Like
They're very
still
busy,
doing
the
events.
cheerleaders.
There's a lot of school spirit there. So they always want the cheerleaders or pom team at everything to be like, hype it up. So there's no way to do both.
There's a lot of events too, things that I don't feel like other schools have. You know,
we are Liberty over there.
Yeah.
They're like, rah. you
Yeah,
know?
with the lion.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
that's what high school's supposed to be about.
Yeah, I got my tattoo. It's kind of like that though, you know, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it is. Like everyone's got a sticker on their car. I'm like, do I get a sticker? I hate stickers on
They
cars.
really do?
Everyone has a sticker.
Wait, really? Like CCV?
Yes.
I've never seen a sticker.
Oh, everywhere I go, I see them.
Oh, the Lions.
Yeah.
But it'll be like football.
Yeah, or baseball.
Oh, you got to
Yeah.
do your.
Yes.
Regina has one.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I do like
so
about
wait,
Liberty.
is she gonna take it off when Talon goes to college?
No,
over
I think
there?
she's Liberty for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. She's obsessed with talent. She listens, and we're fine with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if Regina will put the sticker on, but a lot of transitions. And then, adding the other transition.
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable about it.
Let's talk about
Feel
it.
about
It's funny though, because sometimes I feel like at Shine, I told it and got in trouble. I'll tell that story later, but I feel like the Jerkies know more than the regular people about what's going on in our life.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've heard this come up so many times, and
Right.
it wasn't real.
Well, what I like about this is it's from you as opposed to
Hearing it.
game of telephone.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's a good point. I'm into that. Okay.
Because I already got, you know, yeah.
She didn't like hearing it secondhand.
Did not enjoy
Well,
that.
okay, so how did it happen? Oh,
Wait,
it was
you
just
heard it the first time secondhand?
no.
Not
She
the
heard it
first
from me
time.
the day after I actually told Dana first. Out of everybody
You just
besides
needed to purge it.
Kyle, I told
Here.
Dana first. Like when I tell the story, I'm like, I told Dana first. That was such a weird day because then we were trying to record and I couldn't think straight.
Yeah.
But you know how there are days when you're like, I just need to get this off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what
It just happened.
you were just like
Yeah.
needing to get it
Yeah.
off your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have decided to step back at Holtorf Homes. Right now, the plan is to keep the team going. I just won't be taking as many clients myself.
Yeah.
But
Mentoring, overseeing.
I will still be overseeing and mentoring. The team will stay the same. It will still, everything's going to be the same. I just won't be as active as an agent.
Yes.
That's, I think, a good way to say it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So, but it was a big decision.
Huge decision.
And I had a time where it kind of started, Kyle and I were going to bed. And the last, I keep saying 3 months, but was it you the other day? It's been 6 months. And I was like, oh, well.
Since your dad.
Yeah. So since my dad passed, well, the Jerkies have heard the crying and all that, you know, it's just been a long couple months. So it's been like, I call it like the dark time because I don't remember a lot of it. It's really weird how that happens. Yeah. Like, it's just a blur.
Yeah.
Like, even getting that biopsy, I didn't remember that I had that. It was just thrown in with all the other crazy things going on.
Right.
But during the dark times, I was just very stressed. Work was actually very busy since January.
It's been busy.
We have been the busiest we've ever, and that's what I do want to share is our team is better than it's ever been. This is the best team of people we've ever had at Holtorf Homes. Working as a team, hard workers, just everything about the team is the best it's ever been. Business is the best it's ever been. I had the best year I've ever had. The team, we've never been busier. It's such a great thing. That's what made it even harder, I think, to step away right now. But that's also why I wanted to step away right now. Right. I didn't want to step away when things were crappy, even though some of our deals have been crappy, I'm not gonna lie. And that does kind of aid. Other agents understand this. Like, it looks, and it's the Instagram bait and switch. So people that are gonna hear this are gonna be, but on Instagram, it looks so fun. That's like something people ask to join our team all the time because it looks so fun on Instagram, which it is. We really have a ball together, but Teisha and I will have a ball literally doing anything. Yeah. And our team is the same. We have a really great dynamic and like banter. Yeah. So we really do enjoy
we love each other.
Working together.
Like, truly.
We no better job on the planet, honestly, besides the slave labor at the houses.
Right.
But it just, that's why I wanted to do it then. But Kyle, we just had a moment where Kyle was like, you're miserable. And I'm the type that I'm always going to just keep going. Like, you just keep going. And I don't think any job...
Well, you're not good at saying no. So, like, she would overload herself and spread too thin with not only... And obviously, like, she's got things going on now that she didn't have going on when she started real estate, like coaching. Like, I feel like your priorities are shifting.
Yeah. And my mom being without my dad is like a different dynamic. Yeah. Like, I need to be more available for her, and I'm not right now. I'm like, Mom, I got 5 people to call. What's up? Yeah. You know, and Dana was just lucky to hear a phone conversation with my mom. Yeah. It's just a different role.
Yeah, I think God is really telling you that you need to reevaluate. And so,
my brother's so funny. He's like, so this retirement, because I like the word retirement, or like, I think taking a new position.
Yes.
My brother's like, you're the problem. Like, it's not the job. And he's so right.
Right.
Whatever I do, I get so caught up in it that that is a problem. That's like what Regina said.
Right.
Like, you have to learn to say no.
100% all in.
You have to learn to have boundaries or whatever. Right. You know, I do. It's not my strength. So I will work on that. But God just told me it's time.
But I think when you put yourself in a position where you don't have to do that, that's going to be better. Yeah.
So Kyle was like, you're miserable. And he's like, I left, the job I was at because I was miserable. And that's why we decided to leave years ago, because this is something we can control. Right. Money is wonderful. But I feel like for me, we built the team into something I'm so proud of. Like, I am so, so proud of it. But when you get bigger and things grow, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
More money, more problems.
And that's the truth. Like,
so true.
It's so the truth. So, like, I feel like I climbed. Not saying we're the best team out there. Not saying we're number one in real estate.
We are, but no, I'm just kidding.
Like, but I got as big and as high, and people sell more than me, but my sales last year were pretty good. And it wasn't what I feel like. You get to the top of the mountain because you see everyone else climbing, and you climb and you climb and you climb, and you get to the top and you look around and you're like, this is it? This is all everybody talks about?
Right.
It's not the best thing up here.
Right.
I feel like where the real beauty is at the bottom. Like, not money. Because money, the more money you have, like Teisha said, the more you spend it, the more people depend on it, the more expenses you have. So really, while I was climbing, I wasn't really making more money. I was on my 1099, but I wasn't taking home more money. But maybe that was also looking back, something I did that was smart is we always lived on our salary that we always had. Kyle and I take the same paycheck every month. It's not a lot, and we always wanted to live within our means. Granted, did we take extra money to help buy things or get ahead or go on a trip? Yeah, for sure. But we took the same paycheck. So what I have to compensate with that isn't something so hard.
Right.
But it wasn't about that. It was just about like choosing peace and like my family priorities and like calm.
Yeah.
You know, and not growing. For me, I don't know how to not do something 110. And it's a blessing, but a curse. Like everything I do when I used to coach, that's why when I had kids, I had to stop coaching because I left Maddie in the car one day. And that's horrible. I actually say that at the Liberty Parent Meeting. It's not my favorite thing to say, but luckily it was winter and the cheerleaders came and were like, Miss T, that's what they call me. They're like, Maddie's in the car. But I was so zoned in on this parent meeting I had to have that I can't like do all the things. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I was like a psycho stay-at-home mom. Like I had a schedule, I had weird things. So I need to learn how to like balance that out, you know?
Well, that's why I feel like taking a step back is great because you're still gonna do the things you love. She's a great teacher, a great mentor.
Leading. Yeah.
So like that part will still stay, but the stress and the burden of overtaking too much, adding too much will be gone. But then you'll still have you'll still have stuff on your plate to where you're not gonna be wanting to fill it with weird things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just the hardest thing I think is to picture not going 110 but still being involved. I think that's one of the things that's hard for me. We just gotta
kind of see how it goes. You know, some things you don't know how they're gonna go till they go.
Yeah.
So it's been a rough couple weeks figuring all that out. Luckily I had, and that probably why Florida wasn't as fun as normal, is we were luckily together, so there was a lot of time. I told Dana first, with Kyle, Dana, then Teisha. So Teisha did know like almost 2 weeks before everyone, which wasn't probably her favorite because she couldn't talk to anyone on the team about it. But we really had a lot of time to think through it all.
Because at first it was like, I'm done, and I was like, hold on. Yeah. But that's the all or nothing again. And I'm like, wait a minute, you've built so much, like, let's look at the things you love still about it, you know, and see if we can keep that, but get rid of the stuff that's taking away from the things you feel God is calling you to. Yeah. Which is coaching, being a mom, being present,
and just conversations. That's the thing. I love having conversations with people. Yeah. I love all different types of people. That's something Teisha always says, like, you like all different. And even this weekend in Florida, I had some of the best talks with people I've had in a long time. But when my head's spinning, I can't be present where my feet are, and I couldn't find my feet. Like, I felt like I was spinning so out of control. And I think that's the rat race of trying to be the best. Yeah. It's like, our society is so wired. Like, even on my Instagram feed right now, it's like, go give it your all. And and I'm like, go to the top of what? Where do you have to go? Now
you're like more my speed. I'm like, why are we going anywhere?
Like, what is the thing?
We're here.
You know? I don't know. But you do want to work hard, and I'm for that. And I'm not for mediocre anything.
No.
And you recognize that to get to that level, you're giving up so much. And what you give up isn't often talked about.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
Well, like, look at Tom Brady. And then it's like the sacrifice.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
But you could still be a great football player and stay married.
What do you mean by that with Tom Brady? Like, because he got divorced?
Yes.
I think most people...
I don't know their inside details. Maybe it's not related, but like they were good and she was happy he was retiring and then he came out of retirement and then...
For what, too?
And then they got divorced. And so I know a lot of really good football players that maybe aren't the best, but they're in a happy marriage. That, to me, would be more successful, you know?
Well, I think we talk about that a lot too. When women and men are both chasing, they're not chasing each other. They're chasing success. And success is designed to take us this way. And when we put God in the center, we're destined to go this. Totally. And I do think there has to be one parent that is somewhat sane.
Yeah.
At home.
I guess that's Ben. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding.
But it's hard. So that's kind of what's been happening is like, we're passing. And it's like, I'm spinning, you're spinning. Kyle's like, I haven't been able to talk to you about anything with my work for so long because you're so drowning. Yeah. You know, and he was like, you come home and you go to bed. But I was so tapped. And I think even the gambling, like, not like I was a gambler, but I would play on my phone. Yeah. No, not really. I have everything within control.
It was like, and it was like $5.
Like a vice because I was so drowning in the stress that I needed somewhere to escape because my mind wouldn't shut off.
It was like an escape of like not dealing with, you know.
Yeah, and I think
suspend reality.
Yeah, and when Lincoln passed and Kyle and I decided for him to step away from his job, it was such a time with Like, we didn't have any money, hardly any money saved. None of it made sense. And we walked and we trusted God, and God took us on this complete journey that I would have never imagined. And I feel like now it's God saying, like, I have plans for you again. And sometimes it's easy to follow our plans, but I don't think I was following his plans. And I think, do you say
there was no room for his plan because your plate was so full.
You couldn't even.
No.
And you said that to me, and that was so true. Everybody's known I haven't been going to church, and I have struggled with all that. And since my decision, I feel like I can hear God again. I can hear my dad. I haven't heard my dad since that first week. That's been really hard. You know, you're like, heaven, is he there? Is he dust? I don't know. It's very different, you know? And I was talking to someone at Shine the other night about that. How after someone passes, maybe the relationship with God gets strained. And I can hear God again. I think I didn't want to hear what he was telling me to do. I think when you live around, or you have a period of time where all these real things happen, losing my dad, my aunt getting very sick, my other aunt getting hit by a car, my other aunt having a ton of surgeries, and also, Maddie going on and promoting, it sounds dumb, but I've been looking through old pictures all at the same time. And I just saw life so differently. It's such a gift, though, to have that moment where I'm like, none of this matters. And my mom, I love her to pieces, but she's worked at the same job for 40 years. And when I had knee surgery, she had to work. When my dad was in the hospital, she had to work. When my dad was sick, she had to work. She's always had to work. And they both raised us to be very hardworking. Like, my brother's a go-getter, I'm a go-getter. And maybe that was modeled because she had to work. And when we were in the hospital with my aunt, my mom got a call that her boss passed away. Like, right after my dad, like, all these things are happening. And so they were a married couple, and the woman is closing the business. And my mom's like, how could she do that to me? I'm like, do it to you. Her husband passed. She doesn't want to keep the business going. He ran it. But I'm like, Mom, what did you think was going to happen? Like, you think you're going to give all this time to something, and it's going to give you something back. But that's not who gives you something back. Right. Your family will give you something back. Your close friends.
It's like that one saying, like that thing, like, you, at the end of it, like, if they don't care if you didn't show up at work. Like, no one at work's going to remember you in 20 years, but your family will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's where I'm really trying to choose my husband and kids and my family, my immediate family. I don't talk to both sides of my family like I used to. And that's what I saw in those pictures, like who I was versus who I am now. And I went to Rebecca, burp her name, but the counselor that I see sporadically. I haven't seen her since my dad passed. Well, I guess I did see her once after. I don't remember it whatsoever. I guess I saw her 2 weeks after my dad died. I don't remember it at all. I was like, I did? I don't remember. I would bet $1,000 you're lying. I don't remember that at all. And so when I went to her, I have my guard down when I'm there, and I just, and when I heard it, it was like outside of my body. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, this is a choice. You feel like you have to, yes. Financially, is it smart for me to keep working? Yes. But can we go without in other areas? Can we make some changes to live a simpler life and not have the burden on our back? Yes, we could do that, you know? So Kyle's real strict with the money, though. So I'm going to boot camp. Like, I, had some freedom that is going to go away. But I did when I was there, I did say 1 month I wasn't able to take a paycheck, because I usually take one every month, but it was like a slow 3 months. So I didn't take a paycheck 1 month. And that month we lived on solely his income. And it wasn't my favorite, but there was something about him being the provider again that I felt like he had more of a pep in his step. Yeah. And like, we worked great that month. I felt less burdened. Like, lately I've been more frustrated at, like, all my sister-in-laws stay home, and sometimes maybe I get jealous that they have the freedom to sit and do these things and I don't. Yeah. I was like creating like resentment, but it's not their fault. It's just that I'm resenting that I'm so busy that I'm not who I want to be.
Oh, I'm so jealous of, like, I'm like, I'm all about the trophy wife, stay-at-home life,
She said that out loud.
Yeah. Oh, I'd totally be a trophy wife. I'm so trophy wife vibe.
See, that's not like my vibe at all.
Oh, my vibe. Totally.
Ever since Kyle and I were married, I've always done something.
Yeah.
I used to clean houses. It was very weird. But I did a cheer class. Like, I've never, ever, ever not done something to bring in something. And that's like, we've talked about this on the podcast from my family. Like, always be... But I think seeing my mom, like, go on without my dad and, like, I think it's such a blessing that I have Kyle, and I have a man that is such a good man.
Provider. Good provider
and he's
too.
just a good man. And I think sometimes I'm so busy chasing that I don't sit in that enough.
Yeah.
I don't depend on him, and maybe I'm ready to depend on him, which is like so not me. Hopefully he's listening, and this will make up for all those times I told him.
Yeah.
I
feel like it's going to be a good night for you guys, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't air tonight,
like,
though.
Seeing it all, seeing life happen the way it has the last couple months, I haven't even been able to process it. And now I'm like taking a step back and taking a breath, and we've still been really busy, so it's not even that full process yet. But I just am like, life is so short. It's so short. And when I taught high school, parents would always say, yeah, when my daughter starts high school, I'm gonna go back to work. And I always said, no, don't go back to work then. Go in 4 more years, because speaking of Dana, I just talked to her. My mom again. Speaking of, I was like, they need you in high school so much.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like this time bomb of seeing the kids almost, like, Broxton's gonna be in 6th grade, Hudson's gonna be in 7th, and Maddie's, I feel like I have this small window of like the years I've left, and then I can work forever.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't wanna miss it.
No.
I don't wanna miss it. So,
And these are really fun years. I feel like no one talks about how fun it is when they're this age. It's like so much fun, because they're a little older. It's like such a different enjoyment.
You're like seeing the person.
Yes. And I think it's really important to be around and available, because it's not that quality time that you get when they're younger. You know, it's like, it's in the driving moments, and it's in the just, you know, the break between sports and school, having dinner. And if you're too busy and you're missing those, you're missing a lot, because it's like it's just different. You're not with them 24/7, you know?
oh, Regina with Talon, her son, she said, you know, when they start driving, you get no time with them anymore, because the car is so important. And I'm like, there's only 2 years of that. I don't know. It's been different, but I've had the first sense of peace I've had in a long time since I decided. But it's not easy now. Now I'm like, this is figuring it all out isn't fun.
Yeah, it's a lot to figure out.
No, but that's anything.
Yeah.
Totally.
It'll work out.
Well, I think that's the devil too. Guess yourself. Don't do it. Like, he's going to try to persuade you away from like where God has you called.
Yeah. All the doubt.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe next month, you know, I'm back, you know, who knows? I don't know. But right now I'm going to really try to slow down and be present.
I think you're doing great. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, it's just, we're still on the hinge
Well, we have
of what
commitments.
was happening. Yeah.
And we have commitments. So that's why August 1st is when the plan is. So I still have months of.
Yeah.
So I won't really see much. I mean, I'm doing better given
Yeah, it's going to be
releasing control a little bit.
great. Yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
So tell us about what you went through with that.
No. No, I feel like that's good to
end on.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even follow it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you follow?
She didn't really care though. That part was a little disappointing.
No. She
just
does this thing where she like takes
want
on
more.
everybody's feelings.
It's empath or whatever.
You're what?
An empath. Is that
Oh,
what that is?
yeah.
I think I am.
So
I can feel a room. She can't feel it at all.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes I do get a whiff and I'm like, blow it off, you know? I'm like, something smells. And I'm all, nah.
And I know, this guy's
Yeah.
hanging on by a thread.
Yeah. I'm all, they're fine, you know?
But I'm killing myself worried about this guy.
Yeah, so I think that I didn't want to project any things onto her and make her, because I could tell she was very serious and very like feeling a certain way. So I didn't want to like try to talk her out of it.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't care, but because I care more about her than, you know, the team or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, like I didn't want to, you know, so sometimes, yeah, and sometimes I'm just not emotional but then I did get emotional.
Yeah, then I was like, okay, because I was a little worried. Like,
Anybody
are you
in there?
understanding all this, you know?
Is there anybody in there?
Yeah, like, because we're a little worried. So she had her moment, but I appreciate that because I do very much like feel other people's feelings and problems. And so
I didn't want to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would have. It would have been harder. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, so
everybody's been really great. The team's really great. I'm kind of like, hello, you know? But that's a sign that you did a good job.
And everyone's doing what I'm doing.
Well, and a good leader
Because they
should
care
be able.
about you.
A good leader should be able to back away a little.
Yeah, but they care about
Like, you know your kids are good if when you're not around, they do what they're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's not good to just have a bunch of needy people. That didn't mean that you
No, like
equipped
Walt
them.
Disney or good leaders that like built good businesses, Walmart, they died and their businesses still go on.
Yeah.
Like you want to have where you're like CCV. Don was a great leader because CCV has gone on without him. But some leaders are dependent where you need me, and like that's not healthy.
And that's fueling the ego.
Yes, I don't have that. So they're all very capable, and I'm excited to see everybody grow.
It's great.
Yeah.
She's gonna.
Yeah.
And she says,
No, just kidding.
All right.
All right. Well, this was fun. I'm glad we got that off our chest, you know?
Yeah, that we can act normal.
Yeah. If you're really struggling, please reach out to a qualified professional, because that's not us,
We're just here to share our journey
and to make you laugh
and cry
and pick your nose.
and touch your boobs.